G'day everyone, Joel Slate Cairns here, and you're tuned into the 3CIR podcast. We're the crew that believes in courage, commitment, camaraderie, integrity, and respect. Not as a slogan, but as a way of life. Proudly founded by ADF Army veterans, we help veterans, emergency services, and everyday Aussies turn experience into recognised qualifications so you can move forward with purpose.
And I'm Ryan Jury Delaney. Good to have you with us. If you're listening on the commute, walking the dog, or hiding in the garage for a bit of peaceful study time, you're in the right place. Our mission's simple. Make learning doable, make career transitions less scary, and celebrate the grit you've already got in the tank.
Today we're diving into using online study to advance your career. If you've been wondering how to upskill without quitting your job or sacrificing time with the kids, we're going to show you how to make it work without breaking stride.
Right? And we're talking real world, boots on the ground strategies. We've done the long nights, the juggling, the shift work shuffle. We know what it's like to have big ambitions and not a lot of spare hours.
Quick background on who we are if you're new. 3CIR came out of our own transition headaches. We saw mates with leadership, crisis management, and specialist skills struggling to translate it all to paper. So we built a pathway, recognition of prior learning, or RPL, plus flexible online qualifications that actually respect your time and your service.
And along the way, we've covered a stack of topics. If you've been with us since the episodes on avoid procrastination and its consequences, or that deep dive into RPL, welcome back. If you're fresh here, we've got your back. Today is your lever for change.
Let's set the stage. What is online study really? It's more than video lectures and a login. It's a proper education ecosystem delivered by registered training organisations in Australia that meet AQF standards. Think live, virtual classrooms when you want interaction, self-paced modules when you need flexibility, group forums for problem solving, and assessments that map to real competencies.
Exactly. Synchronous and asynchronous learning. Fancy words for real time and on your time. And it's not just a city thing. If you're out bush or on early shifts or balancing parenting with work, it works because it moves with you. You know what I mean?
Within VET, the platforms now mirror a good classroom but with more control handed to you. Multimedia resources, collaborative tools, digital assessments. You get the structure without the commute.
Which brings us to the big why. Why is online education essential for career development? Because your job is changing even when you're standing still. New compliance, new tech, new expectations. If you want that promotion or a pivot into something more interesting, odds are there's a qualification gate sitting between you and the opportunity.
The beauty is, you no longer have to choose between study and your paycheck. You can keep the professional momentum and layer the qualification on top. Honestly, this is the career insurance policy. The world moves, your skills move with it.
And if you heard our episodes on benefits of learning or the secret to jumpstarting your career after service, you'll remember this theme. Learning is your compounding interest. A few hours a week snowballs into real choices down the road.
Let's get tactical. How do you keep working while you study? You structure the course around your life, not the other way round. Lunch break modules, evening discussion boards, weekend assessments. Some people commit 2 nights a week and a Saturday morning and guard it like gym time.
Or like we used to guard the last Tim Tam in the ration pack. But seriously, you don't have to go full monk mode. It's about consistency. If you can find 5 to 8 hours a week, you'll make headway. And here's the kicker. RPL can compress the whole timeline.
Recognition of prior learning for anyone new to it is how your real-world experience earns you credit. If you've been leading teams, managing risk, writing SOPs, running drills, you've been building competencies. With RPL, you collate evidence, supervisor testimonials, job descriptions, project briefs, incident reports, training logs, and map it to the qualifications units.
Which means you don't relearn what you already know. You get credit where credit's due, then focus your study on the gaps. It's efficient and respectful. And for our ADF and emergency services listeners, your training maps beautifully to leadership, WHS, security, project management, and more. We've seen people fast-track diplomas in months because RPL did the heavy lifting.
I can hear someone asking the classic question, do employers actually respect online qualifications? The short answer, yes. The longer answer, they care that it's nationally recognised and delivered by a proper RTO that's ASQA registered. Check training.gov.au. qualifications.com.au if you want to vet a course provider. When those boxes are ticked, the delivery method is secondary.
And employers love evidence you can juggle work, life, and professional development. It screams initiative. If you've listened to our Career by Upskilling episode, we told the story of a security supervisor who did online Cert IV in leadership and management and jumped to an ops coordinator role with a pay rise. Same person, same attitude, one new credential, new doors.
Let's talk time savings and flexibility. No commute, no racing to campus, parking battles, or getting stuck on a bus next to someone eating a tuna sandwich at 8 p.m. That time goes back to you, and platforms are built for 24/7 access. Study at 5 a.m. before shift or at 9 p.m. after the kids are asleep.
Plus, all the little features make a big difference. Pause and replay key sections, download resources for offline, watch on your phone during a lunch break. One of our learners told us he smashed out 2 modules across 2 night shifts because he used those quiet windows smartly. That's the superpower of online study. It shapes to your life.
And that shaping leads to career advancement. Here's where the rubber meets the road. Online study lets you target the next rung: first line leader, safety advisor, HR coordinator, project officer, without quitting your current role. You can build a bridge while standing on the shore you're on.
I like that. Build the bridge from your side. And while you're building, you meet people. Online cohorts bring together folks from different industries and regions. That's a sneaky benefit. Networking, mentors, collaboration partners, job tips. We had a student in WA connect with someone in QLD and end up working on a joint safety initiative. Wild, right?
If you're wondering where to start, we've done whole episodes on why a Cert 2 opens doors to new beginnings and a Certificate 3, your first step with 3CIR. Cert 2 or 3 can be that first confidence builder. Then Cert 4, then Diploma or Advanced Diploma. Ladder up.
And if business is your track, go back to our Upskill in Business Management and Key Takeaways from Business Management Courses episodes. You'll hear stories of tradies moving into site management or logistics specialists sliding into operations leadership purely by stacking qualifications smartly.
Let's take a focused loop into RPL because it's a force multiplier. RPL means you demonstrate you can do the thing, not just talk about it. Evidence types can include work samples, rosters you designed, risk assessments, after-action reviews, and even video demos of you applying a process.
Some folks think RPL is a shortcut. It's not. It's a different road that values what you've already done. And yet it usually reduces study time, which means a faster return on your investment. We did a whole deep dive into RPL episode to unpack it, and we'll keep coming back because it's that powerful.
If you're ready to test the waters, head to 3CIR and start with the RPL assessment form. It's free to check eligibility. You give us your background, we map it to qualifications, you see what credit you could gain. No guesswork.
Now, a special note for our ADF and emergency services family. You bring something unique. Leadership under pressure, teamwork, comms, situational awareness, ethics. That translates. We've helped infantry section commanders map to leadership and project units. We've helped AMBOs and fireys convert incident management into WHS and risk. The value is there.
And we back it with a 25% discount on all courses for current and former defence and emergency services personnel. It's our way of saying your service matters and your future matters. The structure and discipline you've got aligns perfectly with self-directed online learning.
If you caught our episodes on With You With Me or the cost-effective secret to jumpstarting your career after service, you'll know we're big on stacking supports. RPL to save time, discount to save money, coaching to save headspace. It all adds up.
Let's knock over some FAQs that land in our inbox every week. How long does online study typically take? It varies. Certificate level, often 6 to 12 months part-time, diplomas 12 to 24 months. But, and this is key, RPL can shrink that. We've seen seasoned sergeants and senior constables complete a big chunk through recognition, then top up the specific theory or regulatory bits.
Can you study while working full-time? Absolutely, that's the point. Most programs are designed around that reality. Flexible scheduling, self-paced modules, and the support windows you need in evenings or on weekends.
Are online qualifications recognized by employers? Yes, provided the program's through an ASCA registered RTO and aligned to AQF standards. That's the non-negotiable. The delivery mode is a detail. The recognition is the substance.
What tech do you need? Don't overthink it. A reliable internet connection, a laptop or tablet, and the standard apps to open documents and jump on video calls. No need for a spaceship's control panel.
How does assessment work online? Multiple methods. Digital assignments you upload, online exams with integrity controls, project submissions, video presentations, and where needed, practical demonstrations. We also do workplace-based assessments, which means you're demonstrating at work and getting it signed off.
Is it suitable for practical subjects? This one catches people out. Yes, if the course is designed properly. You'll see virtual simulations, guided practice tasks, and local workshops where necessary. For example, WHS might include risk assessment tasks you complete and submit from your actual workplace. That's better than a classroom hypothetical.
RPL for ADF personnel. How does it work? We map your training, postings, and roles to civilian units of competency. Your PM keys, data, course reports, citations, and task journals become evidence. Your leadership at section, platoon, or company level counts. Same story in Navy and Air Force. Your trade and supervisory experiences carry weight.
Emergency services support, you get flexible deadlines that respect shift patterns, emergency deployment extensions if you get called out, and your training hours can count as evidence toward relevant quals. We've built these processes because real life doesn't run on a tidy calendar.
Can you transfer credits from previous study? Yes, if they align and come from recognized institutions. We assess it upfront, so you're not redoing the same ground.
And the golden question, what career outcomes can you expect? Promotions, role changes, salary increases, stronger job security. It depends on your field and how you apply what you learn, but qualifications are doors. You still have to turn the handle, but the door's there.
Now, some of you remember our episodes like Why Defense RPL is a game changer for service members and military RPL courses, fast-tracking your civilian career. We told stories of people stepping into safety coordinator roles, site leadership, HR admin, and even cyber-adjacent roles through security and risk management. Those weren't outliers, they were people stacking their experience with the right credential.
Or the Green Beret Vision episode where we talked about long-range planning. That mindset, think 3 years down the road, choose the qual that gets you there, then march. That's how you avoid our old friend procrastination we roasted in. Avoid procrastination and its consequences.
I want to touch on something serious for a moment. We've had episodes about many veterans take lives and PTSD treatment must get physical. We don't shy away from the hard stuff. Upskilling isn't a cure-all, but having a clear path, a mission after service, can be an anchor. It's progress you can count. It's structure you control.
And there's pride in it, the same pride we feel on Anzac Day for veterans. Taking your service and shaping it into a civilian qualification says your skills matter out here too. That shift can help with the transition, with identity, with purpose.
All right, let's circle back to the practicalities of selecting your course. If you're thinking business management, we've got episodes on upgrade your qualifications with business management and perks of pursuing business management. For those in tech or admin-heavy environments, secure your organization's online presence is a must listen. We've seen people combine Cert VOI in business with a short cyber awareness program, and suddenly they're the go-to person keeping the team compliant.
If you're in security events or retail loss prevention, security management courses connect to real roles. If your world is safety, workplace health and safety is a classic pathway. And for leaders in the making, leadership and management basically hands you the toolkit you've already been using, just with the language HR understands.
For those brand new or returning to study, starting at Cert the Thrower can be the confidence builder. Then you can stack to Cert 4 or a diploma when you're ready. There's no shame in beginning where you are. We say it every time. A certificate throw can be the first domino.
Let me throw in a quick story. A firefighter we worked with had 10 years on the trucks. Through RPL, he knocked over a big chunk of a Cert IV in leadership and management. He topped it up with WHS units. 6 months later, he stepped into station training coordination. Not magic, just mapping and momentum.
Employers notice momentum. When you show your willingness to learn and you bring a credential with the AQF stamp, you're not asking them to take a risk. You're making it easy for them to say yes.
And here's a cheeky angle for those of you eyeing the budget. We did an episode on how RPL makes qualifying easier on your wallet. If RPL reduces study time, it often reduces cost. Pair that with the 25% discount for defense and emergency services, and suddenly the numbers look very friendly.
Also, some employers offer study support or paid professional development hours. It never hurts to ask HR. We have a resource pack that helps you frame that conversation. Make it about how your new skills will directly benefit the team, because they will.
If you like some extra scaffolding, check out the related video resources we share. Leadership development, HR management, WHS, security management, business operations, marketing strategies, government relations, project management. Dip in for refreshers or as a primer before you choose a course.
On assessments again, because people worry about them. You're not alone. We guide you through what good evidence looks like. If you are the one coordinating rosters, writing risk matrices, running toolbox talks, or preparing incident briefs, you've got what you need. We help you polish it into assessment-ready submissions.
And if you've never done a video presentation, don't stress. We give you a simple framework. What was the situation? What actions did you take? What results did you get? And what did you learn? Keep it clean. Keep it honest. That beats jargon every day.
I want to plant a seed about planning your pathway. Think in terms of phases. Phase 1, assess RPL eligibility. Phase 2, choose a qualification that aligns with your next realistic step, not your final dream job. Phase 3, get the quick wins to build confidence. Then reassess and stacks.
That ties into our 17 questions before a new job episode. Ask, what problem can I solve for an employer with this qualification? What evidence do I have? Who can verify it? What gap will I fill? Then go target that gap like a heat seeker.
We sometimes get asked about registration cancellation horror stories people read online. Here's the truth. Choose reputable providers with clear student support and you're fine. Check their scope on trainingholt.gov.au. Confirm ASCA registration. Due diligence. Upfront saves headaches later.
And because we're 3CIR, we're not shy about saying we exist to serve. Veterans, emergency services, civilians, we want you moving towards something that matters. That's why we built things like the RPL eligibility checker. That's why our support team includes people who've worn the uniform and worked the night shift.
For our listeners in the midst of transition, we did a whole run on transition qualifications to aid your journey from military to civilian life and 3CIR's ADF RPL solutions. The message stands. Your capabilities aren't a mystery. They're mappable, demonstrable, and valuable.
And in case anyone needs a little spark, remember that Elon Musk's South Australia power story we talked about? Big audacious problems, solved with nimble engineering and a deadline. That's the vibe here. Set a deadline. Choose the qualification. Build it faster than you thought by using RPL and a smart schedule.
One more practical slice, study hygiene. Create a repeatable routine. Same nights each week, same spot if you can. Tell your family or housemates the plan. Use a calendar and set micro deadlines. This is how you keep momentum and avoid drift.
Right? And reward yourself. Knock over a module, celebrate with a run, a movie, or a proper feed. Positive reinforcement works on humans too. Who knew?
So, to recap the strategic play, online study lets you upskill without sacrificing your job. Employers respect qualifications that are nationally recognized, ASQA registered, and aligned with the AQF. You save time by cutting the commute and using 24/7 access to work when you're sharpest. RPL can slash your timeline and your costs, and if you're from ADF or emergency services, you bring strengths that convert beautifully.
If you're not sure where to start, that's normal. Start with the free RPL assessment at 3CIR, or browse our course categories: leadership, WHS, security, HR, project management, business. Watch a video resource to get a feel, and reach out. The first conversation is always about your goals, not our brochure.
Before we wind down, I want to loop back to the human side. We often talk strategy and structure, but the reason we do this is people. We've both seen the power of a qualification to change a household. Suddenly, a better shift pattern is on the table, or a safer job, or a role with more meaning. That ripples out.
It does. And if you listened to our episode on unemployment for veterans, you'll remember the stat lines that punched us in the gut. This is one way we fight back. Skills plus recognition equals options. Options put you in the driver's seat.
If you're still on the fence, ask yourself one question. Where will you be in 6 to 12 months if you start now versus if you wait? We said on continual learning that time will pass anyway. You might as well leverage it.
And if the fear is starting, go back to the smallest unit, one module, one evening, then another. Soon you're 3 weeks in and it's a habit, exactly like we talked about in Continue Enhancing Leadership. Consistency beats intensity.
And when you hit a wall, because everyone does, reach out to your trainer or your cohort. We're big on camaraderie around here for a reason. No one wins alone.
Mate, that's the perfect segue to what's coming up next. We're going to zero in on emergency services personnel, converting field experience into nationally recognised qualifications through RPL. We'll unpack the exact evidence that works for fireys, AMBOs, and police, and how to juggle study around unpredictable rosters.
We'll also point you to related training videos so you can prime your brain. Leadership development, WHS, security management, project management. Think of it as your pre-mission brief.
If that's you, or you've got a mate in the service who needs a nudge, share the show. Today might be the day they realise their years on the line translate to formal recognition.
Final nudge from me, head to 3CIR, hit the RPL assessment form, and see what your experience is already worth. Explore the online courses that match your goals. Use the 25% discount if you've worn the uniform or the badge. Stack your wins.
And keep us in the loop. We love hearing your progress, your stumbles, your victories. That's what keeps this community real.
On behalf of the 3CIR team, thanks for spending time with us. We believe in your future because we've seen what happens when experience meets recognition and a plan.
Next episode, Emergency Services RPL done right. Same time, same place. In the meantime, take 5 minutes today to take one step, right?
Exactly. Get after it.
Catch you soon.